was playing Sonic Adventure 1 when suddenly 3rd Gen Missing No appeared.
By the way, this is a re-recording because Connor fucked up in post.
Yeah, I accidentally even though I had fully edited the video and everything, I accidentally deleted the finished video before I uploaded it.
Dumbass.
I am a stupid person. So yeah, that's the reason why you're getting this like a week late.
We already recorded most of SA2 and all of Heroes at this point, so.
And we're recording the rest of SA2 after this. So yeah. And that's also the reason why it says 100% clear, even though this is the first time you're actually seeing this.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
Jeff.
No thanks. I like it with salsa. Yeah, even though we've already completed this file, technically we can still watch the cutscenes because there's really nothing to do in terms of missions in the last story, I would assume. So there's not much of a point to not letting you just rewatch all the cutscenes in one go. Rewatch. That's always been a weird thing for me to do. The RE sound and the W sound right after it.
I don't have anything to talk about for these cutscenes, so I'm gonna go get something here. You want one?
We don't have any Dr. Pepper. I have 2 cups that you can fill with tea, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we also have milk.
I'm good.
I'm trying to convince him to drink something, but it's not going over too well.
Chaos!
I don't think it matters, Egghead. Oh shit. Something bad happened. To Eggman, that is. You brought the 6 other Chaos Emeralds with you, you dumbass. That's the reason why it fell.
You're the dumbass that brought him here. Why?
Although for some reason they didn't cause this back in SA3, Sonic 3 and K. SA3.
There is no SA3.
Well, some people call 06 SA3 because that's essentially what it is, but even though it's really, really horrible to some people in comparison to these games, even though I actually like Sonic and Silver's story, Shadow can just be a monotonous piece of shit.
And that's the story I'm doing.
Yep. So you get to play the Shadow game that you like, and you also get to play the part of and you also get to play the Shadow section of another game that you don't like. And apparently Sonic decided to take a nap yet again. Nope.
Okay, is the currency rings for this world?
I think so, seeing as that's what you use to pay for shit in Unleashed.
In 06?
Yeah.
But wouldn't the amounts for those coins be worthless and the coins and rings?
I don't know. Although I don't really think Sonic needs them, seeing as he can just run everywhere.
I'm just saying, how does he pay for food? Like a chili dog.
He probably just swipes it. I think he did that in Sonic X on multiple occasions, actually.
I think he did. This is the only part in the... This is the only part... You need to go to Angel... Oh, right. Not yet.
I think I'm supposed to go to Big's house.
Yeah, you need to go to Big's house.
Wait, I just got twacked into the ground.
This isn't the way to Big's house, you idiot.
Well, I forgot exactly where I needed to go, so... spaz.
This is the only part in the last story where we actually record where we actually
Control.
Yep, sorry. We actually get to control Sonic for a time being. Well, technically we do control Sonic for the entirety of the story. Just...
This is the only time it happens in a hub world. And where's that leak? I think it's that little offshoot over there.
You sure?
I'm not entirely sure, but that's where I'm gonna head. And this is how confusing this area is.
Hey, look, researcher.
Dude, no one gives a shit about it.
Nothing.
Why is that even for? I've never found that room before, I don't think.
Maybe it's in another one of the paths by Big's house. Like the bottom, like the very bottom one. Big, you fat ass. Where did you learn to park a plane? Oh right, Froggy told you how.
Unfortunately, Fitchel is dead, so we cannot.
Oh, hello.
Emblem.
None of them was here.
I didn't either. God damn it, Big. Where did you park this plane?
I mean, in the cutscene, right at the end of Big's story, it was right by Big's house. So.
And we know it's in this area.
Oh wait, no. You go to Angel Island first.
Why would you not have it show up until after that? That makes no freaking sense. Oh well.
Let's get to the damn exit.
And that's the way to
desert.
Yeah, Tails' mini sandboarding game.
I like it.
Sonic, you're the fastest thing alive, but you can't climb ladders all that fast.
Big can beat you with the ladders.
Still,
both
not as
both races and in combat.
Thankfully, still not as slow as Gamma. My God, is Gamma slow?
Gamma only has one arm, you badass.
I'm surprised Fitchel isn't talking from the dead in order to complain. By the way, if you hear constant crunching, that's Jeff munching on chips. By the way, that area off. By the way, everything below this bridge is a bottomless pit, so don't fall in it.
Did you lose a life?
Yes.
Wow, really?
We lost a life as Gamma whenever we fell into the ocean on our way to the egg carrier.
See, you had to come here first, which makes no sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Sorry. Knuckles and Eggman, what happened here? He stole my Chaos Emeralds. And Chaos is still alive. What?
Well, you only froze him to death. It doesn't really work too well with something like that.
You won't get away with this.
Stuck lines.
You beat the crap out of him on the egg carrier and you can't do it here?
He beat the crap out of him 3 times, and so did Sonic. Tails only beat the crap out of him 2 times, I believe. No, wait, 1. I can't remember.
1.
Yeah, 1. I don't think Amy fought him at all. And Big got his frog out of him, but that's really about it.
Yep.
It didn't even fight him, he just threw his lure into him, grabbed Froggy, and ran.
It looks familiar. It's not a dream after all.
How can Tikal use time travel?
She was stuck in the restroom for God knows how long, so...
It still doesn't make that much sense. And the echidnas were floating for a second. By the way, these are incredibly poor models for these random ass echidnas here.
His eyes aren't even open.
Why does this guy remind me of President Bush in terms of what he's saying?
He's nothing more than this guy's nothing more than a warmonger.
At this point, if I was Tikal, I would have just punched him in the face. Either that, or taken his spear and thrust that through his face. Dramatic falling.
And I kind of like it how Chaos only gets pissed off and Chao get hurt.
Kill the fuckers. Please, for the love of God, kill them all. I have trouble figuring out how this was graphically impressive in '98. When to be honest, Crash Bandicoot 1 looks a bit better than this. Shit. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm fairly sure water with 2 gems for eyes and a weird-ass brain floating in it isn't considered a monster.
Eyes are gems?
They look like gems, anyway.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh my gosh.
A blue hedgehog!
No, no.
You can't be here!
Wait up.
Do you think this would have been funny if Sonic saw a very old blue hedgehog running by?
How old?
I mean, grandpappy old.
Well, I think this happened way before Sonic's granddad was born. And I highly doubt that Tikal would bother bringing his granddad age.
Great grandpappy.
Well, either that or his really, really old self. There was actually a picture on DeviantArt I found the other day. It was a Sonic Generations parody. They were showing the generations of Sonic after modern Sonic, and it eventually just grew to a box with his brain in it. for like a 1,000 years in the future or something.
And so it was like, what's wrong with you, man?
It's like, and if I was Sonic in that situation, I would have just said, I'm stupidly old and I don't have the money to make a robot version of myself, and I don't really want one, because considering what happened with Eggman's robot me, that wouldn't go too well.
That wasn't you and technically inside the robot copy, so okay. You missed. And you collected the rope, and you collected the wood.
There's not coding down there. See, you lose a life.
I can't see because of pop cans, remember?
Well, I had 4 lives and now I have 3. Which is really freaking stupid. But anyway, now we can go find that Chaos Emerald.
I don't even think we have to go find it, we just have to enter the area.
You know what I mean.
Yep.
And it wasn't here earlier because...
Yeah, so let's get the Chaos Emerald and leave.
Yeah, fuck.
No, he's got the last emerald.
Did you watch yesterday's Animal Crossing video from Chugga?
Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying that April was going to be the month of Animal Crossing after the actual LP ended, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad. One day without Animal Crossing, and then suddenly another video.
Mm-hmm. And he really likes the Princess Bed.
Yeah.
If only he still had his speech dress on.
Oh, Lord.
You know, when Chugga,
Although I have to say, I think it was a bad idea for him to give the judging to John.
Yeah. Oh, on that same video, when he first had to wear the speech dress, I saw a comment like, Princess Chugga gets kidnapped by Bowser. Who will rescue him? I said Biscuit, obviously, but now I'm rethinking it should have been Shari.
Why Shari?
She's the Animal Force closest to it. No casualties.
Somehow. We don't know. Hey, at least it's better than Sonic X, in which they specifically say that they were evacuated before all this shit happened. Although I kind of prefer the game's interpretation and then just say they just used instant transmission to leave.
Instant transmission?
Yeah, because once the buildings start flooding, everyone just suddenly disappeared for no apparent reason, even though they were all on the streets 2 seconds ago.
They all hold their fingers to their heads and go, beep! And one does it wrong and charges a special beam cannon.
And we go from this rather badass looking CG, even though it's still not all that good, to...
Standard cutscene thing for this.
To... Mr. Flappy Lips. Yeah, that really kind of ruined the mood.
Clearly.
Heck, even his iteration in Sonic, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics looked better than this. And I mean the first one, not Sochi, because I don't think Perfect Chaos shows up in Sochi.
Hey, look, he's clipping to the building.
Well, it kind of makes sense seeing as he's water. Although this just goes to show how powerful he is. Fuck you, laser, and takes down the egg carrier in one shot.
Well, technically he blasted it in two, so.
Well, maybe this is where Eggman
I kind of like how Chaos is basically sniffing everything. See, look, he's sniffing.
Maybe Team Eggman blasting off again. Maybe Chaos is where Eggman got the idea to put the giant fuck you laser on his ship. Hello, Tikal. Did Sonic ever actually hear her name?
I don't think he have. I don't think he has.
I think the only two Tikal ever told her name to were Tails and Amy. I think. I know for a fact she told it to Tails, but I'm not sure about Amy.
Wait, in that last cutscene, in the last flashback cutscene, did the old warmonger actually say to call, get out of the way?
I think he might have.
That might have been a minute.
So maybe Sonic was just paying more attention than we thought he was. Even though he looked fairly spaced out for a second.
Technically, he was spaced out.
And why we can't pull the bullshit reason that we used to re-empower them in this game in Unleashed, I don't know.
Maybe that's because the planet was still whole in this and not Unleashed.
Maybe.
I think the planet has to be completely whole for that bullshit to work.
Yeah. Although I still have to wonder where the heck Station Square is.
I think it's somewhere in between Empire City and Central City.
I do think that the continent that Empire City is on is where the SA1, SA2, and Shadow cities are, but I still have to wonder exactly where on that continent.
You can't even tell what general it is.
You really can't. And suddenly Knuckles has like 4 of them. Maybe his radar works for more than just Master Emerald pieces.
You should be able to harness their real power.
As much as I hate to admit it,
Knuckles, what's going on with your mouth?
Hey, is that? Oh, have you seen Johnny's review of Crash Team Racing Crash Bash?
Yeah.
The lockdown surgery. Oh, and I just love it when he was going. You know what else come up from the first thing like boomerang?
Not really, because I never actually had one.
A multi-tab.
Yeah, I never had one for PS2 either.
None of these people that are cheering Sonic's name are nowhere in sight. So, do they just have one big megaphone where they're at? Sonic.
Well, Sonic X showed them on the buildings, so maybe that's where they are. And hello, Super Sonic. And this is the first game in which Super Sonic is available only for the final boss.
This trend gets carried on to a lot of 3D Sonic.
In fact, it keeps going until Colors.
Colors, because there practically is no final boss unless you're playing the DS version with Super Sonic.
Yeah.
Oop.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we said this before, but this is in the video. This is in the video that kind of fucked up in deleting.
Yep. Not even ashamed to say it anymore.
In the next, okay. In current 3D Sonic games, when the final boss, it has very ominous music for the first phase, and then really high action,
amazing music,
upcoming music in the second phase. This game has it reversed.
Thankfully, they fixed their act in SA2, which is one of the few things I can actually say about SA2 I like.
Yep. And then in Heroes, Unleashed has amazing music.
Should we count Shadow? Because I Am All of Me is a good final battle theme, but I can't exactly remember if you fought Black Doom before Devil Doom in the last story.
You don't. You just get to him. He transforms. You transform as I Am All of Me, and wait for 9 minutes for Eggman to tell you that you actually are the real Shadow. Then you beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, and by the way, we're not actually going to be
I
we're
know.
not actually going to be waiting that long for that line. We're just going to mention it again. Well, actually, I think we should mention it at the end of the neutral playthrough, so that way people don't get confused.
The robot.
Yeah, because there are quite a few people out there who think Shadow's still a robot, for some reason.
That's because they never got to the end of that game.
Probably, actually. Especially if they were.
Just, they were just renting it, and it was like, okay, Shadow's a robot, put it back. Childhood is over. All of Sonic's rivals are machines.
Silver's not.
He's
And,
wearing- it looks like
neither is Knuckles.
well, Sonic's main rival is a machine.
For those people, anyway.
Yeah.
In reality,
Okay, I'm curious. Who is Sonic's real rival anyway?
I
I
think
think-
it's
I-
meant to be Shadow.
Yeah, I think it's still meant to be Shadow, but a lot of people. But I can see why people think it's Knuckles or even Silver.
Or,
But-
and especially Metal Sonic.
Yeah. But Metal Sonic is mainly just, I'm the real guy. Fuck off. Well,
Shadow was kind of the same way in SA2.
Well, that's because that was just pure confusion.
For some reason, even though they look nothing alike. And this is
It's
me
going-
going back for a boost pad because I don't think you can actually speed up enough in order to do it. Oh, for shit's sake.
You're running out of rings.
I know. By the way, people, I actually died due to ring loss on this the first time round.
Is this the last
the-
hit?
Yep, and thankfully I didn't need to do it again.
Yep. Hey, you didn't die this time.
Yeah, aside from that one fuck up at the very beginning of the story. Where we went off looking for the damn plane before we needed to. Should I cut that out?
No.
God damn it.
Ooh. Sonic like he was reeling up an uppercut. Crap, he's still alive.
Shit.
Oh, Chow.
Still making really annoying noises. Which Chow Guardian do you think these came from? The egg carrier one or the one in the building in Station Square?
I think both.
Because those are the only two they can possibly come from around this area.
Mystic Ruins is way too far away for them to come from over here.
Yep.
Chaos is changing.
I would have liked it if the Golden Chow you raised came over. If you got the Golden Chow, it would have come out for this.
Yeah. As long as they're in the right, as long as it's in the right area. Because you can technically take all three eggs to the same one, even if they're in different areas, but you really don't need to. Like there's one special Chow egg in each area with access to a Chow garden, but you don't need to put it in that Chow garden. You can take it to the other ones. Plus, you can transfer it to the other ones via the machine that are actually in the Chow gardens to begin with, if you want to. Now even Tikal's mouth is getting weirded out, which is kind of odd seeing as it's the same mouth as Amy's.
By the way, we were actually planning for the summer LP to be Tales of Symphonia, but Connor decided to say no. Let's do Kingdom Hearts mainly because for Tales of Symphonia we wanted to do the HD version,
And I still haven't bought it. And the next RPG on my list of RPGs to get is Final Fantasy 13. So,
heck, I'll get it. I'll get the Tales games.
yeah, you can buy it because,
I'm actually saving up a bit for PS3 just for those games anyway. So
yeah, along with Last of Us, I would assume the Uncharted games, maybe the Jack and Daxter series.
Arkham.
And I am about to reference something.
All's well that ends well, right?
The city's been fucking destroyed!
Sonic ran away the moment he saw Amy.
Probably. That's what he does in Heroes. Aside from the team battle, in which case he just beats her up.
That's because he had backup.
Yep. Like, I have backup this time, bitch.
So do I!
What?
So do I! I can't do Amy's voices in my life.
You sounded like Vector.
I thought it sounded more like the Wicked Witch of the West. But, okay.
No, you sounded like Vector. And and when I say Vector, I mean 4Kids Vector.
Find the computer room.
Exactly. Anyway, I like this game better than Shadow and SA2 and
I like Shadow more than this game. And SC2.
I like 06 more than this game.
I like 06 more than a lot of games.
That I do. It might be fanboyness over Silver, I don't know, but I still I still genuinely like Sonic stages and parts of Silver stages. Shadow is just tedious. So good luck.
Hey, you have the most tedious mission of them all.
Which is?
Artificial Chaos.
I meant in 06.
Oh.
Shadow's story is still the most tedious.
Okay. Although I do like.
Although I suppose some people would say that because I'm handling.
I really do love the cutscene music that plays when Shadow's about to find Nephilis.
I've never been one for cutscene music.
I have.
I just point out when it feels a certain way, but I never actually listen to it outside of that.
I really like it when Shadow has the resolve. Always has that resolve when he talks to Nephilis. And that music changes to compensate for it. And it's like, ooh, shiny.
I think the main reason why most people can't exactly take any characterization in that game seriously is because the voice acting is horrible.
Which game?
06. You mentioned Mephiles, so that's why I was talking about it.
Okay.
The voice acting in Shadow isn't actually all that bad. It's not amazing, but it's certainly not horrible. I still say that Unleashed was the first game with truly good voice acting for a Sonic game. Either Unleashed or Secret Rings. It's hard for me to tell, to be honest.
What are you talking about? Sorry, I was on that. What were you talking about?
Voice acting, and when it actually got good in terms of the Sonic series.
Unleashed. Unleashed.
There are some parts of Secret Rings where it sounds about the same as Unleashed.
Yeah.
At least for me, anyway.
Also in Black Knight. You gotta love Black Knight and its character interactions.
Yeah.
It's like, some things never change. And oh, shout the oversized letter opener.
Yeah, Black Knight had one of the best writers. It had some of the best dialogue.
We are still waiting for a third storybook game.
We really want one.
One thing I really like with the storybook games is
I think a storybook game would actually help clear the air after the whole Sonic Lost World debacle if Boom doesn't help out.
I'm actually looking forward to Boom, but
I know, I'm just saying that if Boom also tanks, then a storybook game might be the thing to go with.
But still make it for the Wii button, but make it for the Wii U and the PS3 and stuff like that.
Wii U, they'll probably put it on the PS4 and Xbox One as well if they. Well,
yeah, as long as they don't dick with the Wii U version.
Yeah.
I really hate it when companies stick with the console just because it's technically inferior. I did inferior with air quotes.
Yeah. Wii version of Unleashed, anyone?
Although I do like the night stages in that game. Call me crazy, but I on you. But
well, I like the HD night stages. It's just when you're only pressing L and R to attack that gets kind of monotonous.
At least you don't have to take your arms.
Yeah, whereas the HD version actually has a massive combo list.
Oh, by the way, I'm going back to the summer LPs. I'm actually looking forward for the co-op of Donkey Kong Country Returns just for how chaotic it's going to be. Remember, you signed up for doing a death count. I have a feeling.
Just don't start killing yourself on purpose.
I won't.
And by the way, people, when we do the Kong stages in that game, I refuse to count the deaths. They'll be too damn high.
We'll be in 600 by the time we get to the 8th world.
Yeah, so I'm not fucking doing it.
Unless one of you decides to do it.
What?
Unless one of you decides to do it. And look at Chaos just sitting on the Master Hall minding his own business like, okay, good luck. You take him with you.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been Sonic Adventure 1. We shall see you next time for Sonic Adventure 2. And ironically enough, we're actually recording the last story of that today, so yeah. You can tell just how screwed up this was. Anyway, see you then.